Hey farm friends, Jaclyn here at Head Family Farm, and today I'm sharing with you something that I have not wanted to let go of. It is a dream that for quite a while, for a couple of years, that I haven't been willing to let go. And I'm standing in our future potager garden with our window greenhouse build behind me because in order to make this happen, we have got to let go. Back in 2020, when we were working from home for almost the entire year, we had extra money. We did not have this full farm. We were living here, but we didn't have this many animals. We only had 3 chickens. By the end of the year, we had about 40. We only had a small duck flock, and we had 1 pig. And we had a lot more time after we were done with our day jobs, since we were working from home, to spend on projects around our farm. We did so much in 2020. Around my birthday, I saw something online that I really wanted, that I've always wanted, and that I thought would be a wonderful thing for our family. I found online about 100 miles away from us a 1968 Serro Scotty camper. And it is a 15-foot camper, and it is nearly all original, but it needed a full rebuild, fully frame up rebuild. The flooring was good, a lot of the elements inside were good, but all of that very thin, cheap wood that these are made with had pretty much rotted. I chose to buy the camper and bring it home, and oh my goodness, we were so excited. We backed it into our shop here on our property. We never thought that the area outside of our shop where I'm standing would be something like what we're dreaming up now. But all of my dreams were with that camper. I envisioned us fully restoring it and taking it on little trips down to the beach. We're only about 5 hours from the Gulf of Mexico, or up to the mountains, or just to some local campsites. I grew up camping in the summertime, and I absolutely loved it, and I was dreaming of that experience for Eleanor. In 2020, and in 2021, we had a lot more time. Now we fill our time with YouTube, with building up our infrastructure here on our farm to have more sustainable food sources, and really putting our time and our energy into our animals and our daughter. The dream of having weekend getaways was kind of getting smaller and smaller as we've built up the farm, but I wasn't ready to let go yet. The camper has been stored in our shop. I thought that I could work on this piece by piece. With it being in this enclosed environment in our shop, it would be dry, and that's what those things take. They take a lot of hands-on, meticulous time spent, because you're creating a watertight environment. You do not want it to leak. You don't want your hard work to rot again. And I was fully prepared for it to just stay in this shop until I was ready to get it out. We had a plan. We actually laid out the raised beds here with a lane that was the right size to pull the camper out with, like a tractor or a lawnmower or a 4-wheeler, not a truck. We had planned to be able to pull it out with something small like that and maneuver it around. It's only 15 feet long, and so we built the potager with that in mind. I fully intended to keep this camper, and it has been so hard to come to terms with the fact that I just need to let it go. And so this weekend I'm selling the camper. All right, friends, my first step to get the camper out of the shop is I'm gonna have to go ahead and move some of Zach's hard work that he has been doing. I've got to move these raised beds, and I hate that I'm gonna have to do that, but I've got to. I need room to be able to get this camper out. I really hope that it goes smoothly. Like, I really hope it goes smoothly. I think it's going to, but we will see. Zach is not feeling well. He's not ill or contagious, but he's just not feeling well, and I am doing this pretty much by myself. He's available if I need him, but I'm capable. I can do this. Okay, I'm gonna show you how tight of a squeeze this is, because it's wild. Look at this. Ooh. I gotta come back out and give myself a little bit of room there. And then look at this side. Yeah. It's very tight. Very tight. I'm actually and go put y'all in here. Here she is in here. I loved her while I had her. She was originally turquoise and white, and that was my plan. I was gonna paint her turquoise and white again, take her back to the way she was, and we were gonna take out this air conditioner, do a nice pretty picture window there. It has the fender cutouts, which are so cute. Has good tires, good wheels. Storage here. Here's the back. Had it open for ventilation. I'm sorry to bother you, but you're gonna have to come out in the shop because there's no way I can line this up to get it on the hitch without a second set of eyes.
Give me like an inch back. Just a tiny bit. That's it.
Getting the camper out of the shop was not easy. This is a short clip, but it took us 15 minutes to get this thing out of there because it's such a tight squeeze. And our doors have shifted a little bit. One of our shop doors is broken because we don't use these, and it was just a pain. And let me tell you, by the time it broke free and it got out of that shop, I was ready to see that thing just keep on going. What ended up being worse than getting it out of the shop, though, was getting it turned the right direction to get out of the Potager Garden spot. Y'all, it took a comically long time to do this one thing, and it was because the truck needed to be pointed to the right in order to get the camper through those doors lined up correctly, but we needed to go left out of the Potager Garden and out of our fence and get this camper out of there, and it was really difficult, and our buyers showed up as we were doing this. That's never a good thing, but it only took a few minutes after they got there. Friends are here checking out the camper. I hope it goes home with them. They decided not to get the camper, which that is totally fine. I understand it's a lot of work, and it is a valuable item once it's completed, but I did overpay for it in the beginning, and so I'm just trying to get half of my money back out of it at this point. It's okay. We live and we learn. Sometimes we take a bath on things. It's okay. It is getting late in the evening, and I have been doing farm stuff all day. Zach's been helping where he could. So thankful he helped me get that camper out of there earlier. But I have somebody coming to see. Camper is leaving.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much.
There she goes. We've never shown our shop before, but now you can see what this looks like empty. We have so much space in here now to do things, and I think this is going to end up being where Zach stores a lot of his garden things that he's using right here in the potager. And I am just relieved. Y'all, the man that bought this camper, I am so excited for him, and he is going to restore it, and he's going to send me pictures and videos, and the dream gets to live on because he and his wife and his granddaughter, who is 7 years old, are going to restore this camper, and it is going to be their weekend rambler. So it gets to be someone else's dream, and that just makes me so happy. That makes all of this worth it. It is hard to accept that a dream isn't going to happen, and it doesn't mean that that's forever in this circumstance. Maybe we'll get a camper later on when Eleanor is older, or even when we're empty nesters one day. The duck flock has to chime in. They cannot stand that they are being ignored. Hey babies. Hello. You all know we have projects galore around here, and as my mom put it, you can let that one go. You can let that project go. And I did, and I'm so glad that I did. Farm friends, in our last episode, I gave a full update on all of the projects we have going on here at the farm. Our window greenhouse, our potager garden build, painting our shop, which we chose this color, this is green-black, redoing the side of our barn for our goats, and I think a couple of more, but they are all listed in that video, and I gave brief updates on how each of those are going. But the biggest one for me, and what I am having to be really conscious about time-wise, is painting this shop. Our weather is just not cooperating, and we have had rain every single day. It rained this morning, and it's going down into the 30s, and you don't want to paint a metal building when there's been precipitation and when it's getting down. It says the paint warranty is like below 50 degrees, and so I may be waiting a while to paint this. It is our rainy season, it's our wet season, and I wasn't expecting it because we've had like a long dry spell for a little bit with pretty nice weather. But I really want to get this shop painted, but I'm gonna have to wait. There's just no way around it. I don't want to do it and then have to redo it or the paint be peeling and flaking. We want to do it right. So this one is probably going on the back burner. If I get the opportunity to do it, if I have like a 3-day span where it's gonna be nice, I'm gonna jump on it and you will see it. But otherwise, that one has to wait. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, farm friends. We will see you next Tuesday back here for a new video about what's happening here at Head Family Farm.